Hi, and welcome back to our funnel series here at Railsware Product Academy. As I mentioned in our first video on what is a marketing/sales or conversion funnel, it is a great and powerful tool. Apart from identifying bottlenecks and opportunities, funnels provide insights about your customers. So today, I want to address that insights part specifically. Like what strategies and tools we're using here at Railsware to gather insights across different funnel stages. We have been applying our knowledge and expertise for a really long time now and built a bunch of our own products as well as helped our clients to build unicorns. And I'm super excited to share some of these tips with you today. Without further ado, let's start with the top of the funnel section. There, your potential customers might not even be familiar with your product or brand just yet. But they're in the market, looking for a solution like yours. At such an early stage, we normally don't have any data on our side, like website analytics, CRM, etc. None of that. So to analyze and understand your potential client's behavior, or I would even say understand the overall market situation and trend, we would need to conduct some external research. Tip number 1 is analyzing search queries and how they change over time, as well as tracking search trends in general. Although it might seem obvious straight away, I feel like this activity is so underrated. Many online businesses just gather their pool of keywords once and then almost never update it. Basically, they just stick to the same pool literally for ages. Of course, this strategy might work for some of the decision stage keywords, like when people search for your brand name or a very specific service that you provide, and there are not many ways to describe it. Yet doing so with super early stage keywords, which often represent other fields indirectly related to what you're doing, eventually leads to missing out on new opportunities to acquire more clients and to understand them better as well. Some of the great tools to research keywords and also gather insights from search queries, both web and mobile, are Ahrefs, App Annie, Google Trends, and also the Keyword Planner tool that is available on Google Ads accounts. The last one is only accessible if you're advertising on Google, either with search or display ads or YouTube, Play Store, and the rest of Google's network. But I will get back to this with another tip a bit later. Tip number 2 is about monitoring your and your competitors' customers' feedback on the internet. There are multiple review platforms where people rate software and apps, such as Trustpilot, Alternative2, G2Crowd, Capterra, GetApp, Software Advice, and many others. There you could list your product, as well as fill out its profile, find the list of your competitors per category, read their customers' reviews, and see what they're happy about and what they don't like. Gartner, which owns the last 3 platforms that I mentioned, makes yearly industry reports. In these reports, they analyze the market situation per each niche, rank vendors, and display that on a grid called the Magic Quadrant. So, as you can see, review websites are also a great place to quickly gather insights about your target audience and for benchmarking in general. The third tip is quite similar. It is about monitoring community discussions on social media and dedicated forums, as well as tracking your and your competitors' brand mentions on the internet. Also, make sure to save and regularly check relevant threads on popular communities like Quora and Reddit, and more specific ones, such as Product Hunt, AppSumo, and yourstack.com. Now, getting back to what I said in the beginning, I have tip number 4, which is about running paid search ads to get insights based on your and your competitors' performance. So, running search ads is not only a great way to quickly acquire customers for your online business, but also to understand the cause and effect relationship between advertisers' performance and corresponding search queries. Self-service ad platforms like Google Ads for web and mobile and Apple Search Ads Advanced for iOS allow you to see so many things, from how people react to your offer when searching for certain keywords, to how much your competitors are willing to pay per each click, tap, etc. But since money is not the only factor that impacts how high you rank among your competitors, these platforms allow you to understand how well your offer corresponds to what people are looking for. There, you could also see who are your competitors, which positions they obtain, and also understand why. For example, if your competitors are ranked higher for the same keywords, yet your bids are pretty much the same, it means their content is probably more relevant. Knowing that, we can simply go ahead and compare the ad creatives, landing pages, app page contents, etc. See what is probably missing, what needs to be optimized, and just fix that. Nowadays, relevance and personalization determine user experience, and user experience determines your success. Of course, your ads performance is a great indicator of whether your content is relevant or not. But what about insights from your organic positions performance? When you don't pay for ads and just have your website or app listed among search results for free. The thing is, tools like Google Analytics will not show you what keywords your website visitors are coming from. You will likely only get the 10% of that data, and rest 90% would be missing. And our fifth tip, which wraps up that entire keyword thing, I promise, is about understanding your organic positions performance. First of all, you could be using Google Search Console, which is a free tool that shows many things, including what your visitors Googled for when they found your website. However, unlike in Google Analytics, you still cannot track how they behaved later on. To extend the 10% of source keywords provided by Google Analytics to up to around 30%, you may use tools like Keyword Hero, which is sort of an add-on that could be connected to your Google Analytics account. As we are moving down through the top of the funnel section, let's see what insights we could gather tracking our website visitors' profiles and their performance. Standard analytics apps provide you with tons of anonymous data about your visitors' demographics, location, devices, where they came from on the internet, and what events they completed on your website. And instead of digging into that, I want to share some less popular tips for gathering actionable insights at that point of your customer's journey. So tip number 6 is more applicable to the B2B industry. And it is retrieving additional data about your website visitors, something that is not shown in web analytics, such as your visitor's company name. So when your website visitors are logged into their corporate email or something like that, such tools as Albacross and Sales Panel can retrieve and share that information with you. You could then go ahead and find the decision maker's contact details to personalize your offer even more precisely. Albacross also states that all data that they provide is GDPR compliant, which is probably the very first concern that you could have about this approach. The 8th tip I have here, still at the top of the funnel but maybe closer to the middle for mobile, is watching session recordings of some specific user segments. So maybe you have spotted a higher than usual drop-off rate before people sign up on your website or when your app users first launch it. If you figured out a certain cohort of users where you see such a pattern, watching their session recordings will help you to answer that why question. Tools like SmartLook for both web and mobile or Hotjar, UXCam, Mouseflow allow you to build heat maps and watch your users navigating through your website or app interface. Tip number 9, which concludes the list of our today's recommendations, is reading your website visitors' chat conversations. If you have a chat on your website where users could ask for help before they sign up or purchase something, you could figure out the most frequently asked questions and constraints that your users might have, and then address those with your website content in order to convert your visitors better. There are so many other ways to gain insights at the top section of your conversion funnel, but these tips that we shared with you today are really worth your attention. If you would like to see another video like this one and find more ways to gain insights at other funnel stages, let us know by giving this video a huge thumbs up and leaving your comments down below. Also, make sure to subscribe to Railsware Product Academy channel and hit the bell button to not miss out on our next videos. See you in our next one!